Hey, what is going on, viewers? Zesty Lime Studios here, and welcome back to another drinks review. Today we're reviewing another one of these USN Qhush drinks, but this one is going to be on the Red Rush flavour. So I got this particular drink off of one of these like kind of protein pick and mix kind of websites type things. That's where it was, a protein pick and mix, which is like, one of these websites that sells kind of all these supplement type drinks and more of the, healthier style energy drinks as well. So anyways, it cost me about, I think, £2.80 to £3, something like that. Anyways, let's give you guys a full 360 of the packaging. So we have an awesome freaking can design here. Most of the can is in black, and then we have a little bit of red on the can as well to obviously represent the Red Rush theming to the can. The actual flavour is supposed to be cherry, so we'll see how that tastes as well. Obviously it makes sense, the can being red and everything like that to obviously represent the cherry flavour as well. So the can has actually got a it's actually got that kind of rough feel like the Monster Ultra cans have, so that's a nice little small feature as well. But for the most part, the detail on the front of this is really nice. So we got a nice deep menacing looking red skull, so it does look really good on the can. On the bottom we've got nothing, and then the top is finished off everything in a nice shiny black, including the pull ring. Taking a close look at the can, so around the top here we've got 300 milligrams of caffeine, 0 sugar, and 300 milligrams of caffeine just repeated and repeated again. So it's a 500ml can as well. Now looking at the nutritional information, it is indeed 0 grams of sugar. We have our favourite vitamins. We have niacin, vitamin B6, B12 and pantothenic acid. And then we have some other stuff as well, which I can't pronounce. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce. L-carotid something, lean, whatever. It's just a weird thing like that. Let's see, slightly carbonated energy drink with vitamins, amino acids, botanicals and with sweeteners. Yes, so let's have a look at the ingredients to see what we have. So the sweeteners we have are, after a quick look, by the way, the caffeine content is 300 milligrams of caffeine per 300 milligrams of caffeine in total. It hasn't got the per 100 ml for the caffeine. Anyway, the sweeteners are sucralose and the sucralose case has no aspartame, which is good. And interestingly, it says no allergens added, manufactured in a facility that processes soya, nuts, gluten, milk and fish, which is interesting because these are manufactured in South Africa, or South African, I think, product company. So that's interesting, which is interesting. Anyways, so apart from that, there's not much else of interest on the can. So anyways, it's nice and cold. Got my Zesty Lime Studios cup, so nevertheless let's get straight into it and see what it tastes of. So hopefully it doesn't explode over me. There we go, it exploded over me, so we are all safe. Right, and the colour is, I didn't guess, it's either going to be clear or it's going to be red. Surprise, surprise. I mean, it's cherry at the end of the day. It is going to be red or clear because these type of drinks naturally tend to be a bit more healthier on the spectrum. So generally some of them don't have any artificial colourings as well. So anyway, there's quite a lot of foam on the top of that one, and there's quite a few small bubbles on the side as well, as you can see. For those, the colour is a nice reddish colour. It's not certainly a deep red, it's certainly more on the lighter side for red, as you can see, and it is kind of still see-through. You can kind of see my face through the drink. Anyway, let's give it a closer smell now and see what we can smell of. Ooh. It smells like a very cheap cherryade. It smells like a very cheap cherryade, which is ultimately probably a bad thing because cheap cherryade doesn't taste that great. But hey, it's just a smell, it's all about how it tastes. Hey viewers, Zesty Lime Studios here. If you want to save 10% discount on any of these Zest Gamer products, don't forget to use code ZESTYLS. The code will be in the description below. These are my two personal favourites, Horus and Hyper Beast. Thanks guys. Right, nevertheless, guys, let's taste some. Okay. Yeah, initial reaction to that is, yeah, it literally just tastes like cheap cherry, cheap Cheerio, basically. Like, initially comparing this to like any of the other big kind of cherry brands out there, this is just nowhere near as good as any of the other cherry flavors out there. This literally, like I said, does just taste like a cheap cherry, which is a shame because, you know, I was expecting a nice, good, you know, cherry sugar-free flavor and everything like that, but unfortunately, this one just tastes cheap, and by I mean saying cheap is it's got that kind of cheap chemical taste like the really cheap kind of drinks and cheap Cheerio drinks have. So it's just got that kind of like chemical taste, which is not great, and the cherry flavour just isn't nice at all. It's just every time I take a sip, it's not satisfying, and it's just not satisfying, and it's just not nice. The cheap chemical taste, which is not great. So ultimately, that's the thing with these. If you strip off the packaging and take away, you know, the fancy packaging and the, you know, the cool skull and everything like that, you could literally mistake it just for any old cheap Cheerio drink if it wasn't for the fancy packaging. So I think, I say this before many energy drinks, but I say when it doesn't feel like you're drinking an energy drink, or it doesn't, you know, you don't appreciate that you're drinking an energy drink, when it's just like some cheap Cherryade, it's like, well, I'd rather just drink Cherryade instead, because if I want the caffeine, I'll then go and drink, you know, an energy drink I like, or I'll just have a coffee or something like that. So this example where if you give it to someone, yeah, you could literally, they wouldn't even notice an energy drink. And I think that's the difference, because it's not some mad, crazy kind of, you know, cool flavour like a lot of energy drinks are. It's just cheap Cherryade, unfortunately. So yeah, not nice, unfortunately. I probably won't drink the rest of that. I know some of these cans like £283 plus a can, and I always generally drink them just for the sake of it because of how expensive they are. But I don't know, it depends. It's just not great. I might drink a little bit more because it is not nice and cold, to be fair, out the fridge. But yeah, it's definitely not great whatsoever. So that one will get a thumbs down from me. So if you are looking to buy this one on the website or anything like that, give this one a miss. Honestly, save your money. There's far more better cherry flavours out there to try. And as viewers, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.